Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are surrounded by pageantry and tradition, and it's clear to see that college football will be at its best today. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Hawkeyes offense will start this game off. And there's a man who believes he is always open. He carries that swag and that aura of a big-time playmaker, guys.
He's got to catch the football. If you're the quarterback coming into this one, you are looking for this guy early and
wasting no time taking a shot. He's got it down the right side. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. Touchdown, Iowa! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And how about the bomb? The long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Both of these defenses, David, anchored by star middle backers.
I mean, they're just stars right in the middle of the defense. You'll see them go sideline to sideline, and they will make plays all over the field.
Yeah, these guys are the heart and souls of their defense. They're the leaders. Everybody looks up to them. They're constantly making plays.
That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
Listen, I know that's not a huge gain, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth-quarter game.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Little touch pass to the receiver. Bulls his way forward. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The punt team makes its way onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He gets a block. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. And the Hawkeyes will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that pass picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time. But you always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
as they come over the football 1 minute to go here in the first. They'll run it from the gun. Nifty little dance step. At the 35, he's loose. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
These touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off them, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
That's the end of the quarter, and Iowa is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. Now down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
They'll try to run for it. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1.
Now, 4th down.
They're going to go for it with a couple of good options here. Get it to the 1, you get the first down. Get it farther, you get the touchdown. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
And I got to be ready mentally and physically. Mentally, I got to know exactly where the sticks are. 4th and 2. Can't dilly-dally around. Got to run physical. Got to break tackles. Got to go through people. Whatever I need to do to get that 2 yards. Nice job running the football.
Pulled down for the tackle.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good play.
Into the end zone for a touchdown.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in the rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Getting set for the point after. Right down the middle. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. The home team is within striking distance, but time is not on their side. Time to see if they can solve this riddle. The Hoosiers are in front, but they'll need a team effort to finish this one out. And if they do, trust me, they'll return to a hero's welcome in Bloomington. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Indiana. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Good enough for 1st down.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Looking to take a shot. He hauls it in and nobody's close. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11.
1st down for the offense.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And they finally ride him down at the 1-yard line. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He'll run it again. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Hawkeye!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working now.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. They'll rush to the line. Clock stop for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Touch pass on the run. The expressway is wide open. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is most dangerous.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Now facing a 3rd and long. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? Try to get it on the ground. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Once you get in this range in the football field, do you depend on your kicker? Do you go for it? I think on 4th down, I think you go for it. This is a long field goal, a lot harder attempt. I like the offense going for it here in this situation.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. A lot of urgency for this offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
Fires to the middle. The pass is incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield, and that shot the quarterback took might have been a little too much. I know defenders hate quarterbacks and love nothing more than hitting them, but you're hitting yourself in the gut when you get a 15-yard penalty. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And they're able to get him down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Timeout by the offense.
One more snap coming before halftime. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Into the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Orlando. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. With that said, let's send it back to the guys inside the bounce house.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Just about set to put toe to leather as we are deadlocked here in the 3rd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the offense onto the field again. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the 2nd half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And you see so many of these plays now in today's football. Wide receiver coming in motion, and the quarterback catches it, just flips it forward. That's a completed pass. You see the big plays where it just lets him get on the edge really, really quickly. And if he drops the football coming in motion, it's just an incomplete pass. So these plays are getting big plays with really no risk.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped, a gain of 3. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. The run from the shotgun. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
3rd down coming up.
Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. Grab near the marker. It's Samuel. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
I like how this offense throws to their running backs in different areas of the field. It's not always going to be to the perimeter. It's not always going to be screens, but they can attack the middle of the field, too, using these angle routes. Nice play call.
Brings up 2nd down. That's the end of the 3rd.
They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. Can't wait to see how this 4th quarter is going to go and see who can come out on top in this barn burner.
Okay,
2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Right back to the well. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Give to the big fullback. Slams into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and you failed on 1st and 2nd, but on 3rd down, you give it to the big fullback, and he does the rest. Lower the shoulder, lower the pads, run physical, and get in that end zone.
Lining up to add another.
Is on for the extra point.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Michigan State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. Sparty has picked itself up off the canvas before, and this group is capable of it again today. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Ohio State. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Brings it in down the left side. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
And, man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call, and that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide-open receiver.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the big fella. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the 1st down.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form time.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
They're backed up, 1st and 10 from their own 1. First up, they've got to avoid disaster. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
Well, jet sweep pass. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. You've got a 3rd and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. They'll go to the fullback. Tackled, but he has a first down.
And David, this is where I think you could have excelled. You're a great defensive end. There's other positions you could have played. Fullback, I know, being one of them. How about that guy there picking up the first?
That's a nice job. Don't make this hard. Don't make it overly complex. We've seen the big fellas block all the time. Give him a bone, reward him. Now he'll block harder and he'll block longer in the future.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Little touch pass to the receiver. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Hold it. Offense.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. They bring the punter onto the field now. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Iowa has the ball back on offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them.
He'll take a shot. And that one is picked off in the end zone. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
We've seen this defense make plays time and time again in this game. They may have just sealed it with that takeaway.
First down here for the offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's a real nowhere man, tackled in this no-gain land. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. And he'll work his way out across the 10 to about the 12.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you got the football and you got a lead, It's smash mouth. It's keep that clock running. It's ground game. So interesting now on this third down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
Looking for room at the 25. Afterburners coming. Past the 30. The 10. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. Just a crushing mistake on the penalty. Wipes out the touchdown, and now they'll have to try to get it together and score again. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the run. Still on his feet at the 25. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out in space and let him go to work.
It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.